सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः। अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायणा अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायणा अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधवा अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधवा करुणासागर कालिङ्गमर्दन करुणासागर कालिङ्गमर्दन हे दया सिन्धो कृष्णा हे दया सिन्धो अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायणा विश्वरूपा विश्वाधारा विश्वेश्वर हे नारायणा विश्वरूपा विश्वाधारा विश्वेश्वर हे नारायणा भवभयहरणा भवभयहरणा दीनोद्धरणा हे कृपा सिंधो कृष्णा हे कृपा सिंधो अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायणा आदिमूला नारायणा ॐ नमो नारायणाय 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 ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। We will chant the first 6 verses together. ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथाष्टादशोऽध्यायः। मोक्षसन्न्यासयोगः अर्जुन उवाच सन्न्यासस्य महाबाहो तत्त्वमिच्छामि वेदितुं त्यागस्य च ऋषिकेश पृथक् केशिनिषूदन श्रीभगवानुवाच काम्यानां कर्मणां न्यासं सन्न्यासं कवयो विदुः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं प्राहुस्त्यागं विचक्षणाः त्याज्यं दोषवदित्येके मनीषिणः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यमिति चापरे निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरतसत्तम त्यागो हि पुरुषव्याघ्र त्रिविधः सम्प्रकीर्तितः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत् यज्ञो दानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणाम् एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम्. The 18th chapter begins with a question raised by Arjuna. This question comes from his own experience regarding confusion about his duties. There are times when we are not very clear as to what our duties are, and we try to escape from our duties. So therefore Arjuna says, Bhagavān, please make it clear to me what is the difference between sannyāsa and tyāga. Because a person who gives up his responsibilities out of fear, out of strain, tension, worry, etc., there are a lot of defects when you try to fulfill your responsibilities in the world. Lot of physical and mental problems. So therefore there is one person who is escaping from his responsibilities. He does tyāga of his responsibilities and he doesn't attain anything in life. He devolves, goes down, becomes a failure in life. But on the other hand, there is another person who does sannyāsa. He is also giving up the worldly responsibilities, but he evolves in spirituality. So there is a difference in these two giving ups. One is intelligent giving up, the other is unintelligent giving up. This intelligent giving up is called as sannyāsa. Unintelligent giving up is called tyāga. Bhagavān, what is the difference between these two? How to know what I am doing is right or wrong? So Bhagavān says, Arjuna, this question is a good question because in the society these confusions are there. What is sannyāsa and what is tyāga? So first of all, you must understand the different opinions that are there in the society. So some say all actions have to be given up. Tyāgyam doshavat iti eke. So some say that all actions have to be given up because any karma has got defect. This is the opinion of one type. Another people say, no, yajña dāna tapas, these three should not be given up. All the others can be given up. Others say this. Some others say, no, action should not be given up. What should be given up is karma phala. Not the action, but the results of the action. This is what has to be given up. So therefore this confusion is there in the society. So therefore now I will give my opinion. So what is Bhagavān's opinion? So verse numbers 5 and 6. This is the opinion of Bhagavān. And Bhagavān says, Nishchitam matamuttamam. This is my firm conviction. Right. So what is Bhagavān's opinion? Bhagavān's opinion is yajña dāna tapak karma na tyāgyam karyam eva. This must be done. What must be done? Yajña, dāna and tapas. So what is Bhagavān saying here is, we must do our nitya karma, naimittika karma and yajña dāna tapas. This becomes our duty. Nitya karma means daily duties. Naimittika karma means occasional duties. Plus yajña dāna tapa karma should not be given up. It should be done. So those who have attended the talks on 17th chapter, you must have listened to this yajña dāna tapas. These three terms come from the 17th chapter. In detail, these topics are elaborated. So briefly we will mention here what this yajña dāna tapas is. So yajña karma is any action which is a form of a sacrifice. Generally, whenever we hear this term yajña, the first thing comes into our mind is the yajña kunda, the homa kunda, and then people are doing archana. But then this action is not something which everyone can do. So what is the spiritual meaning of yajña karma? Any action where you sacrifice yourself. Sacrificing means what? You employ your abilities and talents, etc., for the welfare of all. Such karmas are called yajña karma. In our scriptures, we talk about Pancha Maha Yajñas. What are the Pancha Maha Yajñas? These are the fivefold duties of each and every one of us. The first one is Brahma Yajña. Second one, Deva Yajña. Third one, Pitra Yajña. Fourth one, Nr Yajña. And the fifth one, Bhuta Yajña. So what are these? These are our responsibilities. When we are living in the society, these are the 5 places from which, these are the 5 places where we are dependent on. So we must express our gratitude to these 5 sources, to these 5 factors. What are they? First one is Brahma Yajña. Brahma means the Vedas. So we must be grateful to the institution who are giving the knowledge of the Vedas to us. Because in living life, the most important thing is right understanding about life. How should I live life intelligently so that I will prosper materially and also spiritually? For that, right understanding is necessary. Right knowledge about life is necessary. This right knowledge we gain from the Vedas. So therefore, it is our duty to support all institutions which are busy spreading the knowledge of the scriptures. So I express my gratitude towards this institution by supporting these institutions, especially financially, etc. So this expression of gratitude is what is called as Brahma Yajña. First one. Second one, Deva Yajña. So in our scriptures, Devatas means all the forces of nature. Varuna Devata, Chandra Devata, Surya Devata. So Deva Yajña means what? In simple words, in the modern times, keep your environment clean. Bas. We must express our gratitude towards Mother Nature. And how should we express this gratitude? By keeping this nature clean. Not polluting this earth, in short. This will be Deva Yajña. What is the third one? Pitru Yajña. We must express our gratitude towards our ancestors, Pitrus, forefathers. So how do we do it? By taking care of our parents and grandparents. This is our responsibility, this is our duty, and this duty we must do as an expression of gratitude. So, Pitru Yajña. What is the next one? Nr Yajña or Manushya Yajña. We must express our gratitude towards the fellow human beings also. We must serve the mankind. So, Annadanam, Vastradanam, etc. will fall under this category. Nr Yajña. Expressing our gratitude to the mankind from whom we have got everything in life. The schools, the roads, the hospitals, everything. Somewhere some individual is involved in making my life comfortable. Isn't it? So therefore, expressing my gratitude towards mankind. Nr Yajña. What is the next one? Bhuta Yajña. Bhuta Yajña means expressing my gratitude towards animals, birds, etc. We have to take care of them. We should not kill them, harm them. We have to take care of them. We must express our gratitude towards them also, because in this balance of ecology, they also have a very important role to play. So this is what is called as Pancha Maha Yajñas. Our expression of gratitude towards these 5, entities. So this will come under Yajña. Or any action where you are pouring out your talents and abilities for the welfare of the totality. Any such action will come under Yajña karma. So what is Bhagavān saying? Natyajyam karyameva. This must be done by everyone. Why? Because pavanani manishinam. Because they purify the mind. These actions purify the mind. Why pure mind is important? Pure mind is important because only in a pure mind we can gain the supreme self-knowledge. Why self-knowledge is essential? Self-knowledge is essential for liberation. So purify the mind, gain the knowledge, and liberate yourself. This is the sequence. So all actions must be directed towards purification of mind. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Bhagavān Shankaracharya says. What is the purpose of action? Not to get some livelihood or get some money, etc. No, they are all very, very secondary, unimportant byproducts. The purpose of life, the purpose of action is only one: purification of mind. So yajña karma must be done. What is the next one? Dāna karma, charity. Dana has to be done. Then the third one, tapas. Tapas has to be done. What is tapas? Again, we have to refer to the 17th chapter. So what are the different types of tapas mentioned in the 17th chapter? So there are 3 types. One is kāyika tapas, the tapas at the physical level. The second is vāchika tapas, tapas at the verbal level. And the third one is manasa tapas, tapas at the mind level. What are these tapas? So first one, kāyika tapas, at the physical level. What is the austerity to be performed? Now this clarity has to be there because very many people do, unintelligent tapas. Standing on one leg, looking at the sun with raising hands and torturing their body through various ways. Now we have to understand what do the scriptures say about tapas. That has to be followed. Not that we just follow whatever we feel like. This clarity has to be there. So what is physical tapas? So the scriptures say, Bhagavad Gita says, Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Shaucham Arjavam Brahmacharya Mahimsa Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. So what is Shariram Tapas? Tapas related to the body. Deva Pujanam. worshipping the Lord. So what is the Sharira tapas there? So in those times, worshipping the Lord means what? Taking bath in the river, going to the temple, doing pradakshina, and huge temples, so that pradakshina itself will be a wonderful walk for you. So there are a lot of things to be done. So all those efforts you take in puja of the devatas, in worshipping the Lord, they all will come under Sharira tapas. Deva pujanam, Deva Dvija. Dvija means what? Dvija means Brahmanas, but in the modern context, we will have to take all the noble people in the society. So, serving these noble people, there is some physical strain. This physical strain will come under Sharira tapas. Deva, Dvija, next one is Guru. Again, in serving the Guru, there are some strain. This strain also will come under Sharira tapas. Then Deva, Dvija, Guru, Prajna. Prajna means some great Mahatma, a knowledgeable person, a wise man. So, the serving the great ones in the society, the Mahatmas, the teachers, the Gurus, etc., the noble ones, all this will come under Sharira tapas. Deva, Dvija, Guru, Prajna Pujanam. Then Shaucham. Shaucham means keeping our body clean, taking bath, etc. This also will come under Sharira tapas. Shaucham. Arjavam. Arjavam means straightforwardness. What is straightforwardness? Whatever I am intellectually convinced, I am trying to live it at the physical level. This is called as Arjavam. I am convinced of something intellectually, but very many times what happens? I know it is true, but I am not able to live it. So this should not happen. The thought, word and deed should be in a straight line. That is called as Arjavam, straightforwardness. What I think true, I must try to live it. I must try to live it at the physical level. So this will also come under Sharira tapas. Right. Then Brahmacharyam. So at the bodily level, what is Brahmacharya? No doubt it is celibacy. Preserving, conserving the vitalities of the body. Right. So this Brahmacharya will also come under Sharira tapas. Then Brahmacharya, Ahimsa, non-violence. Right. So all these is called as Sharira tapas, austerity. So this austerity is not standing on one leg, etc. No, what do the scriptures say? Do this. So what is the use of Sharira tapas? Again, Pavanani Manishinam. It purifies the mind. It purifies the person, of course, mind. So this is Sharira tapas. What is the next one? Vachika tapas. At the verbal level also there is a tapas. So what is the verse? Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyam hitam chayat swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. What is vangmayam tapas? Tapas at the verbal level. Speaking, how you should speak. It is a tapas. How it should be? Number one, anudvegakaram. When we speak, it should not be agitating words. It should not agitate the minds of others. Anudvegakaram. Number two, satyam. What you speak must be truth. Third, priyam. Whatever you speak, not only that it should be true, it should also be sweetly put. That is also a responsibility. We must know how to speak sweetly without agitating the minds of others. And whatever you speak, you must speak only the truth. And so, anudvegakaram, satyam, priyam, and the fourth one, hitam. Hitam means what? What is good for others, what is beneficial for others. Right. So this will come under Vangmaya tapas. And one more factor comes, Swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva. Swadhyaya. So when you are chanting the scriptures loudly, it can be Veda mantra chanting or the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama, etc. That also will come under Vangmayam tapas. When you are doing japa, that also will come under Vāṅmayam tapas. So this is the austerity at the speech level. Why it should be done? Pavanani manishinam. It purifies the mind. So this is Vāṅmayam tapas. Then the third one is tapas at the mind level. What is the tapas? Manaprasada saumyatvam, maunam atma vinigraha, then bhavasamshuddhi ittetat manasam tapa uchyate. So what is manasam tapas? Manaprasadaha, keeping a mind, all the efforts you are putting forth to keep the mind cheerful. Saumyatvam, to keep the mind peaceful. Maunam, to keep the mind contemplating upon the higher realities of life, contemplating upon the scriptural truth. Maunam means mananam, contemplation. Maunam also means silence. So all the efforts you put to quieten the mind, that is also tapas. Or making the mind contemplate upon the higher realities of life, that is also tapas. Then Atma Vinigraha, all efforts you put to conquer the mind, disciplining the mind, this is also tapas. And then Bhava Samshuddhi, all the effort you put in order to entertain noble divine thoughts. Every effort you put to substitute and replace the negative thoughts with positive thoughts, all these efforts will go under Manasam tapas, austerity at the mind level. Why should be done? Again, Pavanani Manishinam, they all purify the mind. So Sharira tapas, Vāṅmaya tapas and Manomaya tapas, Manasa tapas, they purify the mind. So therefore, what does Bhagavān say? Yajñadāna tapa karma karyam natyajyam. It must be done. It will help a person evolve spiritually. So therefore, this must be done. But Arjuna, merely doing all will not do. It should be done with the right attitude. What is the right attitude? Etānyapi tu karmāni sangam tyaktva phalāni cha. These two things you must remember. Even when these things are done, sangam, attachment to these actions should be dropped. Phalam, desire for result also should be dropped. These two terms we will discuss later when we discuss Sattvika tyāga. So, Yajñadāna tapak karma should be done without desiring the phala and without attachment, sangha. This is how actions have to be done. Now Arjuna, I will tell you what are the three types of tyāga. You have asked about tyāga, isn't it? I will tell you the three types of tyāga, so that you will have clear understanding of what tyāga must be and what tyāga should not be. How to do tyāga? For that, you must have a clear understanding of tyāga. There are three types of tyāga. What are they? Tamasic, Rajasic and Satvic. So first, Bhagavān takes up Tamasic tyāga. What is it? Verse number 7. Niyatasya tu sannyāsaha karmano nopapadyate mohatasya parityāgaha tamasah parikirtitaha niyatasya tu sannyāsaha karmano nopapadyate mohatasya parityāgaha tamasah parikirtita. Yes. Niyatasya tu sannyāsaha, niyatasya karmanaha sannyāsaha na upapadyate. Arjuna, renunciation of niyata karma should not be done. Giving up of one's own duty. Niyata karma means what? Nitya karma, naimitika karma, and this yajña dāna tapas. They together form niyata karma. In short, one word, your duty. Your bounden duty. Your responsibility. When we are born in this society, there is certain responsibilities this society imposes upon us. This is what is called as duty. This duty, niyata karma, sannyāsa na upapadyate. It should not be given up. It is not good. But if a person is doing this, mohat tasya parityāga. If a person is giving up his duty, because of what? Mohat, out of delusion, out of ignorance, then that giving up of one's duty is called Tamasic tyāga. So what is Tamasic tyāga? Tamasic tyāga is giving up one's duty because of delusion, because of ignorance. This is called as Tamasic tyāga. What do you mean? See, this person is not doing his duty because he doesn't know that it is his duty. Out of lack of knowledge, he is not doing it. So when we don't do our duty because we don't know that it is our duty, then that giving up of one's duty is called Tamasic tyāga. Right. For example, Arjuna himself, his duty was to fight the war, but suddenly this confusion came. He felt, I should not fight the war. I think fighting the war is wrong. Why? You should not fight against your teacher, etc. So that is wrong. The consequence of the war is also going to be bad. So therefore, what should I do? I should withdraw from the war. Now this, what kind of tyāga is it? Tamasic tyāga, because there is no right understanding. So giving up of one's duty because of lack of right understanding is called Tamasic tyāga. Right. Now, whenever we are talking of Tamasic people, remember one thing, he is an insensitive person, he is a gross person, and always tamas is related to absence of knowledge. Now we are going to discuss this tamas, rajas and sattva. So one common characteristics which we will find in all tamasic aspect is absence of right understanding, absence of right knowledge. Right. This you will clearly find in this tamasic aspect. So here is a person who is not having the ability to think, who has no right knowledge, and therefore he does something. What he is supposed to do, he doesn't do. Why? Because there is no right understanding. Let us see one example. You see, every one of us, we are very clear that we should take care of our wife and children. Yes or no? It's very clear. Why is it clear? It is very evident. Unless I earn, I will not be able to feed my wife and children. It's very clear. They are dependent on me, so therefore I have to feed them. So therefore, it is my responsibility, it is my duty to take care of those people who are dependent on me. This is a duty. This tamasic person clearly understands. But then there is one thing he doesn't understand. What is that? Not only that I have a duty towards my family, I also have a duty towards the society, towards the nation, towards the cosmos. Now, this aspect he forgets. Are you able to understand? The gross duty he is able to understand. But the bigger duty, the higher duty, he is not able to see. So what happens to such people? They use all corrupt means to earn wealth, so that with that wealth they can fulfill this duty of taking care of the family. So when a person gives up the higher duty in order to fulfill the lower duty, because he is not aware of the higher duty, then such giving up of the duty will be termed under Tamasic. Are you able to understand? Right. So let's say this civil engineer, he will build all kinds of inferior roads, inferior buildings, inferior bridges, so that he can make money out of it. What is the purpose of making money? So that I can take care of my wife and children. So in this process, what has happened? I have given up my duty towards the society. In this process, the society is harmed, but I am not aware of it. I don't have that much of purity or intelligence to think about it. How my actions are going to affect the society, the cosmos. So in short, he forgets his duty towards the totality and gets caught up in the duty towards the individuality. Duty towards samashti is forgotten. Duty towards vyashti, he becomes busy. And then he justifies that I am doing my duty, I am right. He justifies his action. Right. Ratnakara, who later on became Valmiki, what was he doing? He was looting people, killing people. For what? To take care of his family. And what was his understanding? I am doing the right thing. Why? I am taking care of my family. How the wealth comes, I am not bothered, because my only duty is to take care of my family and say, therefore, what I am doing is right. Now, this is the attitude of a tamasic person. And that's where the Narada Rishi or Sapta Rishi, etc., they come and correct him. What you are doing is wrong. It is not punya karma, it is papa karma only. And that's where that transformation happens in him. So this is the thing. So any action where you are forgetting your higher responsibilities and you are only caught up in the immediate responsibilities, so then such giving up of higher responsibilities, higher duties will come under Tamasic tyāga. So all corruption and all these illegal practices in the society, in which tyāga will it come? Tamasic tyāga. He is not aware that he has a greater responsibility. He is not aware that he is a citizen of this cosmos. So therefore he has a responsibility towards cosmos also. Not only that he has a responsibility towards the family, he also must perform these duties in such a way that he is fulfilling his responsibilities towards the cosmos. This aspect he forgets. In fact, he doesn't forget, he doesn't know. Forgetting means what? You know it, but you forgot. No. Here it is that he doesn't even know. Mohat. Mohat means ajñānāt. Out of ignorance. He doesn't know that there is such a duty also. Right. Now, what happens through tamasic tyāga? What happens to the mind? Does it become pure or impure? Every tamasic tyāga is nothing but a papa karma, because so many people are suffering. Yes, your family is benefiting, but in the process you are putting the whole society in trouble. Such a karma has to be a papa karma, a sinful action. So what will be the result? Any sinful action you do, the mind becomes more and more impure. So in the spiritual ladder, he falls. Adho gacchanti tamasaha. So this tamasa tyāga, it makes him devolve. It makes him fall from the ladder of evolution. So such a person, if he is really tamasic, it's possible that in the next birth he may not even get a human birth. He may get an animal birth also, because of his papa karma. Bhagavān says he is not fit to be born as a human being. Kshipami ajasram achubhan asurishveva yonishu. Bhagavān says, I throw them into the wombs of the demons, of the animals. Right. So this is Tamasic tyāga. So what is Bhagavān saying? Na upapadyate, don't do this. So Tamasic tyāga should be shunned, should be given up. It is not good for us. Is it materially good for us? In the long run, it is not materially also good for us. At the material level and spiritual level, both, it is not good for us. Society also is harmed. I am also harmed. Right. Now comes the Rajasic tyāga. What is that? Let us see the next verse, verse number 8. Dukkhamittyeva yat karma kaya klesha bhayat tyajet sakrutva rajasam tyāgam naiva tyāga phalam labhet. Dukkhamittyeva yat karma kaya klesha bhayat tyajet sakrutva rajasam tyāgam naiva tyāga phalam labhet. Yes. Now we discuss about Rajasa tyāga. What is Rajasic tyāga? Now here is a person, he clearly knows what he is supposed to do. He is not like the Tamasic person. Tamasic person doesn't know, therefore he does. Whereas a Rajasic person, he knows this is my duty, but he doesn't do it. Why? Dukkham. He sees that in doing this duty, there is dukkham. Or kaya klesha bhayat. There is a lot of kaya klesham. Kaya klesham means what? Physical strain. So out of fear of physical strain or out of various other problems, difficulties, dukkham, he gives it up. Right. So I was watching one of the talks given by some police officer. He was sharing his experience. He was saying that he was posted in a place in India, and that place was ruled by the gangsters. In such a place he was posted, this police officer. So he took charge, and the first day itself he gets a call from one of the gangsters there, the leader, Gunda leader. He says, "Sir, you have two options. One option is the easiest one, and it's a win-win situation. Don't interfere in what we do. Then what will happen? You will also be at peace. We will also be at peace. It's a win-win situation. Don't interfere. And every month, whatever we get through our criminal activities, etc., one share will be given to you every month. So, it is a win-win situation. You are also happy, we are also happy. The only thing you have to do is just close your eyes to whatever is happening." This is one option. Sir, the second option is, suppose you interfere. Then we have to be cruel towards you, helplessly, choicelessly. Sir, you have a family, you have wife, you have kids who are going to school. Why do you want to put their lives in trouble, in danger? So therefore, we suggest you exercise your option number 1. Now, most of the police officers, they said that in such situation, now they think, I very clearly know my duty is to bring all these anti-social elements, to arrest them and to jail them, imprison them. I very clearly know. But what is the problem? Dukkham kaya klesha bhayam. Should I risk my personal life? Because these gundas, they may do anything. They may kidnap my children, wife, etc. Anything they can do. They are very powerful. should I unnecessarily create problem for myself by performing my duty? So generally what happens is, these people say, no Baba, leave us alone. Right. Now what is this tyāga? This is called as Rajasic tyāga. Why? It is not that he doesn't know his responsibility, he very well knows. I am here, government is paying me for this task. But I know that this is to be done, but I am not able to do it out of fear. Bhayam is there. Right? Out of dukkham. Lot of problems I will create if I collide head on with these antisocial elements. It is risky. So when I don't perform my duties out of this fear, then that is called as Rajasic tyāgam. What does Bhagavān say here? Sakrutva rajasam tyāgam naiva tyāga phalam labhet. What happens to such a person? Bhagavān says he will not get the phala of his tyāga. Now what does that mean? See, what is the phalam we want from all our actions? The phalam is peace, happiness, fulfillment, yes or no? This is the end result. Now such a person who is compromising with the higher values of life, such a person, will he have a peaceful mind? No. His mind will have always the guilt that, see, I am supposed to do, but I am not able to do. That guilt will always eat him. Rajasic person is a more evolved person compared to a Tamasic person. And what is the sign of evolution? The sign of evolution is when you are doing something wrong, the voice of conscience starts eating you. The more the evolved the person is, the greater will be this conscience prick. More intense will be the feeling of guilt. And this feeling of guilt, you can't escape from it. With drinks and drugs, no, it will be there. You can't escape. Naiva tyāga phalam labhet. He can never have a peaceful mind because he knows that I am not doing what I am supposed to do. Yes, at the physical level he may be comfortable. He may have a lot of money, comforts, etc. But at the mind level, there is no peace. Now, such a person, will he progress spiritually? Never. That mind remains impure. One of the tyāga phalam is mind should become pure. That will never happen. He is stuck. In the spiritual ladder, he is stuck. So what is Bhagavān saying? Give up this Rajasic tyāga also. Tamasic tyāga should not be given, should not be done. Rajasic tyāga should not be done. Now what is Satvic tyāga? Verse number 9. By the way, let me give another example also regarding this Rajasic tyāga. So here is this person who is having a lot of worldly problems, family problems, etc. He runs away and takes up sannyāsa. What tyāga it is? Tamasic or Rajasic? Again it is Rajasic tyāga. He is not able to handle the family problem. He tries to escape from these problems. And what is the best way of escape? Take sannyāsa. This escapism also will come under Rajasic tyāga. Such a person, again, tyāga phalam na labhet. What does it mean? What it means is he may go to an ashram, right? In ashram, now that you have no duties, responsibility, etc., whole day you are free. Nothing to do. Because you are expected to do spiritual sadhana. You are expected to do meditation, etc. Now, is this person able to do meditation? A person who is an escapist. Taponji Maharaj says that in Himalayas, lot of such sadhus are there who have just run away and they are just rotting there in the name of sannyas. Taponji Maharaj says it. So what will he do at the seat of meditation? Karmendriyani samyam. Ya aste manasa smaran. Indriyarthan vimudatma mithyachara socha. Same thing. He is sitting at the seat of meditation. Is the mind pure? No. What is his mind? Mind is filled with kama krodha, raga dvesha. So no purity in the mind, no control over the mind. Mind is wandering here and there. You will always observe that if the mind is Rajasic, you just cannot sit for meditation. If the mind is Satvic, you enjoy meditation. But if the mind is Rajasic, you can't even sit. Forget about successful meditation. You can't even sit. Why? The mind is dragging you outwards towards the world of sense objects. You are not able to withdraw the mind. Meditation becomes joyful when the mind is enjoying the company of the Lord. When the mind is abiding in the self, there is joy. It is this joy which is inspiring a Satvic person to meditate. Meditation gives joy, therefore I am able to sit for meditation for long hours. But suppose meditation is giving pain, then that person cannot sit. Now here is a person who is an escapist. He is sitting there with closed eyes. External environment is conducive for meditation, but what about the internal environment? Absolutely unconducive, because the mind is gurgling with all kinds of desires, all kinds of negative motions. He is not able to sit quiet. Then what does he do? These are the people who bring bad name to the institution of sannyas. Gurudev says. He does all unwanted things in the ashram itself, creates all problems. So here is a person who has escaped from worldly responsibilities. He is like a fruit which has been plucked from the tree at an immature state. Isn't it? The fruit has to remain in the tree, because only when that fruit is in the tree it can grow, it can become ripe, and finally that ripened fruit is very sweet, very tasty. But suppose you pluck that fruit at a very early stage, before it has become ripe, then what will happen to that fruit? It has not fully grown. If you eat that fruit, it will never be tasty, isn't it? It will not be sweet also. In the same way, this person has renounced the world. For our personal development, world is absolutely essential. Performance of worldly duty is absolutely essential. That is why the Bhagavān has put us into this world. That is why Bhagavān has given us responsibilities. Because these responsibilities, these duties, when we do it perfectly, these duties can purify the mind. But here is a person who has run away. He is exactly like a child who has come out of the womb at a very early stage. What will happen? The child is supposed to remain there for 9 months. Here is a child which has come out at 6 months. What will happen to that child? He will be unhealthy. He may not even sometimes survive. Isn't it? So renunciation of the world without allowing the mind to get purified, it is absolutely unhealthy. So here it is said, such an escapist, naiva tyāga phalam laveti. He has given up the world for more peace, etc. Will he get peace? Absolutely no. Now the problem with him is, neither he is getting peace inside, nor is he getting peace outside. Why? He has renounced the world, he is living in an ashram. Now once you are in an ashram as a sannyasi, etc., there are so many things which you can't do. You can't indulge in sense pleasures. But now he has a lot of desires for sense pleasure, but the environment is not conducive for indulgence. So what happens? Total suppression. Desire is there, but I am not able to fulfill that desire. What happens? Suppression happens. So such a person, full of suppression inside, neither getting happiness inside nor getting happiness outside, such a person becomes his personality will be a bitter personality. Full of irritation, full of anger, full of misery. Such a person, is he able to give peace to others? Never. All because he has done this Rajasic tyāgam. Right? Now we discuss about Satvic tyāga, the best. What is it? Let us see verse number 9. Karyamityeva yat karma niyatam kriyate arjuna sangam tyaktva phalam chaiva satyaga satviko matah karyamityeva yat karma niyatam kriyate arjuna sangam tyaktva phalam chaiva satyaga satviko matah. Yes. Now what is this Satvika tyāga? So this Satvic person, in front of him also a responsibility is there, duty is there. What does he do? Karyam iti eva. Karyam eva. This must be done. No escaping and all. This must be done. What is that karma? Niyatam karma, my duty. So this is his attitude. This is my duty, I must do it, come what may. But when he does it, sangam tyaktva phalam jaiva. No sangam, no phala asakti. No desire for the action, no desire for the fruit for the action. When such a tyāga is done, then that tyāga is Satvic tyāga. So what is the unique feature about Satvic tyāga? The unique feature is, in Tamasic tyāga, karma is given, abundant. In Rajasic tyāga, karma is abundant. What about Satvic tyāga? Karma is not abundant. What is given up? Only phala ichha is given up. That is why it is called tyāga, Satvic. This is a unique feature. Action is not given up. In fact, he says, action must be done. This is my duty, I should do it. So in that police officer's case, there's a, what you call, threat from this gangster. So which option will he exercise? Option number 1 or 2? That's the second one. This is my duty, I must do it. Yes, there may be dukkham. Yes, there may be kaya klesham. No problem, this is my duty, therefore I must do it. No, in the process, it's a very unpleasant duty. Sangam tyaktva. Whether it is pleasant or unpleasant, it is my duty, full stop. It has to be done. Phalam jaiva. Phalam jaiva means what? In the process, in the encounter with this gundas, etc., I may even die. That may be the result. No problem. Even then I will do it. Then that becomes Satvic tyāga. Right. Doesn't matter. In the process I may die. No problem. So what? At least I will die with a sense of fulfillment that I have done the right thing. You see? There is fearlessness. Then that becomes Satvic tyāga. Right? All our freedom fighters, etc., this is the way they have done. Yes, I know that as long as I am alive, India may not get independence. But I will have to sacrifice my life for the sake of my country. I may not be even alive to see an independent India. That's okay. If this struggle, freedom struggle demands my life, I am ready to give it. This is called as phalam tyaktva. So what happens to such a person? Maybe the physical body I have to die, but as far as that jivatma is concerned, he evolves. Because every such action purifies the mind. So the next birth, what happens? Prapya punyakrtaan lokaan ushitva shashwati samaha shuchinam srimatam gehe yoga bhrashto vijayate. So after death also he goes to the higher worlds, and when he comes back, where does he come? He comes in a very cultured, prosperous family. So the next birth also he'll be born in such a place where he can continue his spiritual journey. You see? So it is a win-win situation. What is win-win situation? The society is also benefited and he is also benefited as a Jivatma. Right. This is called as Satvic tyāga. Satvic tyāga is not karma tyāga. Satvic tyāga is karma phala tyāga. Tamasic tyāga is karma tyāga. Rajasic tyāga is karma tyāga. Satvic tyāga is karma phala tyāga. Because karma phala is given up, so therefore it is called tyāga here. Arjuna, this is what I want you to do. Not escaping from life. Right. Now, if you observe this verse, it is nothing but the essence of karma yoga which we have discussed in the 3rd chapter. There is nothing but karma yoga only. So the same thing has been repeated in new words, that's all. What is karma yoga principles? Let me refresh. So the 4 important principles in karma yoga. What is the first one? Kartavya nirvahanam, performance of one's duties. Second one, samyak acharanam, doing your duties as best as you can. Number 3, Ishvara arpana buddhi, performing your duties as a worship of the Lord. Fourth one, Ishvara prasada buddhi, and when the results come after your performance of duty, accepting the result with prasada bhavana, it has come from the Lord, with this attitude. Whatever comes as karma phala, you receive it as prasada. First one, kartavya nirvahanam. Second one, samyak acharanam. Third one, Ishvara arpana buddhi. Fourth one, Ishvara prasada buddhi. This has to be clearly understood. So what are we expected to do? We have to do only our duties. That is enough. Duty means what? Pancha Maha Yajñas plus, of course, what is that? Nitya karma, Naimityaka karma and Yajña dāna tapas. So this duty, you do it. You do it as best as you can. You don't have to compare yourself with others. There may be others who are doing better than you. Don't worry. Are you doing your best? Enough. Samyak acharanam. Right. So that kartavya nirvanam is, the term here is niyatam karma. That is the term used here. Samyak acharanam, doing it well. That is karyam eva. It must be done. That is samyak acharanam. Ishvara arpana buddhi. What is that? That is sangam tyaktva actually. Your duty may be pleasant or unpleasant. Don't worry about that. If it is your duty, just do it. That is sangam tyaktva. Let me make my duty a beautiful flower, and may I offer this flower unto the feet of the Lord. Let me convert this duty into worship. So in worship, what do? You offer flowers at the feet of the Lord, isn't it? You do archana. My action also should be such a beautiful flower. So what kind of flower do you offer at the feet of the Lord? Fresh flowers, not dried ones. Fragrant ones, not small foul smelling ones. Isn't it? Fresh, beautiful, fragrant, tender, such flowers we offer. So let me make my action also such beautiful one. Whatever duty I have been given in the social structure, whatever duty I have in the society, may I make this duty, may I perform these actions beautifully well and offer it at the feet of the Lord. Saying, Bhagavān, this body is a gift from you. All these abilities and talents have come from you. This field of action also belongs to you. The instruments of action also belongs to you. The receiver of this action also you alone are, in the form of all living beings, etc. So therefore, Bhagwan, everything is yours. So therefore, may this action also, whichever I am doing it is all because of your grace and blessings. So may I make this action a beautiful flower, an offering from my side. So this is called Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. You are not complaining about your duty, your action, etc. Oh, this is pleasant. Oh, this is unpleasant. No complaining. There are times when, duties become very unpleasant. It's possible. For example, this officer itself. Unpleasant duty. There are times. But you don't grumble. You don't question. You just do it. There are so many professions in this world which are thankless professions. Right? When you're doing well, everybody is silent. But when something goes wrong, immediately blame starts coming. Such professions are there. Right? So whatever be the kind of duty God has endowed me with, let me do it as best as I can as an offering unto the Lord. Now this is called as Sangam Tyaktva. Knowing very well that everything which I have belongs to God. So therefore, this action must be offered as a worship of the Lord. This is called as Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. And then when you put forth action, naturally the results will come, because any karma will have to finally fructify as karma phala. So when karma phala comes, what is your attitude? Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. Bhagwan, this is a prasad from you. Means what? No questioning, no grumbling. Never saying, God, why me? No such question. God, if you have given it, I am sure it is good for me. That's why you have given it. Over. Because I know you are my well-wisher. So whatever you are doing, it is the best. That is the best. Nobody can improve upon God. He is omniscient. So therefore, whatever He does, it is for my good. So let me not complain with regard to the result. This is called as Phalam Tyaktva. You see, Sangam Tyaktva means what? Not getting attached to action. Phalam Tyaktva means what? Not getting attached to results of action. In fact, the mind is not attached to anything of the world. Mind is attached only to God. See? Now what Bhagavān is trying to say is, this Satvic tyāga itself is sannyāsa. Because in sannyāsa, what do? Your mind is attached to God. A karma yogi, what is he doing? His mind is also attached to God alone. He is not attached to world. Neither to the action, nor to the result of the action. But now a question may come, what is his inspiration to perform action? Karyameva. He is very clear. This must be done. Karyameva. It must be done. That is his attitude. But what is that inspiring force? As far as a Rajasic person is concerned, the inspiring entity is the results. Name, fame, power, position, wealth, etc. Promotion, recognition. This is what inspires him. But what inspires a karma yogi? So you must know, a karma yogi is very clear. Always remember, a Satvic person is always endowed with knowledge. Just like a Tamasic person is always endowed with ignorance, a Satvic person is always endowed with knowledge. Now, these two are poles apart, Tamas and Sattva. So this right knowledge he has. I am performing this duty for what? For the purity of mind. Because I know that the purpose of life is only to regain my divine nature. I am already divine. I am Satchidanand. Infinity is my nature. Immortality is my nature. Bliss is my nature. I don't have to get anything from outside. It is already my nature. It is me. But my impure mind is preventing me from experiencing my real nature. So who is the obstacle? Obstacle is my impure mind. So therefore, where should I apply the medicine? To this mind, which is the obstruction. So actions must be performed in order to purify my mind, so that I can realize my infinite, divine, immortal nature. This clarity he has. Right? So why am I performing action? Not to get some award or reward from the outer world. No. My action is for purifying the mind. My action is for developing devotion for God. My action is for spiritual evolution. So this is very clear. Right? The external result, it might come, it may not come. I don't know, because the world is uncertain. I don't care. But the internal result, is it uncertain? No. If the attitude is right, mind has to become pure. Whether the external result is a success or a failure, it doesn't matter. But internal purity is for sure, if that attitude is right. Right? And that's all what matters to me. What matters to me is spiritual evolution. What matters to me is purity of mind. This is what I'm interested in. Right? So, karyam eva, this must be done at any cost. Even if I have to sacrifice my life, I am ready for it. That is called as karyam eva. Arjuna, this kind of tyāga is called Satvic tyāga. What happens to such a person who is living such a life, practicing Satvic tyāga? Verse number 10. Nadveshtya kushalam karma kushalena anushajyate tyāgi sattva samavishtaha medhavi chinna samshayaha nadveshtya kushalam karma kushalena anushajyate tyāgi sattva samavishtaha medhavi chinna samshayaha. So what happens to such a person who does this Satvic tyāga, who is following the path of karma yoga? This is called as karma yoga. The essence of the third chapter is nothing but this: perform your duty as a worship of the Lord. So what happens to such a person? Nadveshti akushalam karma. So when the karma is unpleasant, nadveshti, there is no dislike for it. Kushale na anushajyate. Sometimes the karma is very pleasant, something which you love to do. He doesn't get attached. Unpleasant karma, he doesn't reject, he doesn't hate. Pleasant karma, he is not attached. These are the two problems we all face. Either we dislike our duty or we are too much attached to our duty. Both are problems only. Very many times in the society, too much attachment to the duty is not seen as a problem. They say, you must follow your passion. In spiritual language, that is also your weakness only. Getting attached to action. What is the sign that I am attached to my action, attached to my duty? What is the sign? The sign is, even after withdrawing from your action, you still think about it. This is called sangam. Many times this happens. The person is in the office. He has come back from his office. Duty is over. But while in the family also he is thinking about his office problem. Then that is called as sangam. In family, you are with family people. Why are you bringing all the office work there? You are constantly thinking about the office work. This is called as sangam. It is an unhealthy practice. A healthy mind is this. When there is a work, the mind is there, focused. And when the work is over, the mind is also withdrawn. This is called as a healthy mind. The mind focuses when there is work. The mind is withdrawn when there is no work. What happens when you get attached to your work? At the seat of meditation also, you are thinking of work only. This is a disease. So that's why we call it workaholic person. It's like an alcohol, workahol. He's intoxicated by his work. That is asakti only. What else? It's a disease, mental disease. Sometimes people come and say, Swamiji, your meditation technique was wonderful. What happened? Swamiji, when I sit for meditation, I get wonderful ideas of where to invest. So what I do, I sit with a book, pen and a paper. So when such wonderful idea come, I become, I can't resist, immediately I note down. These things, this is the place where to invest. This is how I should earn more money. So therefore, Swamiji, your meditation technique excellent. I'm progressing in meditation. This is not meditation. This is nothing but karma sangha. You see? A healthy mind is a mind which remains in the present. It does not get stuck here and there. A mind which gets stuck here and there, that's not a healthy mind. But in the society it is glorified. That person, he forgot his food, sleep. Oh, great man. He's a foolish man. He's not a great man. Right. Mastery of our mind should be there. When I am working, yes, mind is there. And when the work is over, mind is withdrawn. And what is the mind doing? Mind is in the present. Bas. That's a healthy mind. And this Satvic person gains such a mind, a healthy mind, totally unattached, a focused mind. More of this we will see tomorrow, the benefits of Satvic tyāga. Shankara Chandra Shekhara Gangadhara Sumanohara Pahi Mam Parameshwara Mrityunjaya Vishveshwara Nilakantha Bhalanetra Bhasma Bhushita Sundara Pahi Mam Karunakara Girijesha Omkareshwara Shankara Chandra Shekhara Gangadhara Sumanohara Pahi Mam Parameshwara Mrityunjaya Vishveshwara Tāṇḍava Priya Jaya Natesha Vishwanatha Maheshwara माम् अभयङ्करा व्याघ्रचर्माम्बरधरा शङ्करा चन्द्रशेखरा गङ्गाधरा सुमनोहरा पाहि मां परमेश्वरा मृत्युञ्जय विश्वेश्वरा मृत्युञ्जय विश्वेश्वरा। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।